Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for Halloween I'm going to be profiling for you the deck that actually gives me the creeps, and that is Gimmick Puppets. They are a fun rank 8 build that uses the Machina engine as well, so they're a really fun deck that can go into Chaos Exceed, Gimmick Puppets and whatnot. So it's a really fun deck to play. Though, before I get into the deck profile, guys, I do want to mention to you guys, I was originally planning to do Ghost Tricks and Skull Servants today, but because the ban list came out just about a day or so ago, I haven't had enough time to play test those decks, tweak around with the decks. I mean, the Ghost Trick deck I pretty much had all done, but I want to play around with it before I profiled it for you guys. So I will get the Ghost Trick deck done in a couple of days. It will come up on the channel, but it just won't be for Halloween, and I do apologize for that. But I'll show you one of the decks I was working on for the Halloween special, that being Gimmick Puppets. It's a deck that actually gives me the creeps, especially Drury Doll. But without further ado, guys, I will get into the deck profile on our beautiful Red Eyes playmat. So first off, we got our 3 Gimmick Puppet Drury Doll. Drury Doll is, I would say, the main... It's definitely a 3 of in the deck. I've seen people run it as a 1 of or 2 of. I definitely find personally that 3 is the amount that I like running in the deck. Drury Doll is your main way of getting, I guess you could say, your rank 8 engine going, along with things like Gimmick Puppet Magnet Doll and Gearspring Spirit. You could use Drury Doll, if I remember correctly, with machine duplication, and I know people are probably going to ask me in the comments section, hey Seto, why do you not run things like Allure of Darkness and run things like Machina duplication? For Machina duplication, your only main target is your Drury Doll. Everything else, like Gear Springs and whatnot, pretty much says you can't do it, as well as Gimmick Gear Changer. So your only target really would be your Drury Doll, so it would be kind of dead if you drew 2 Drury Doll in the opening hand. Secondly, Allure of Darkness, I don't like banishing my Gimmick Puppets because I really want to use them for a Drury Doll's effect to banish it and bring a Drury Doll back and exceed for a rank 8. Next we have our 3 Magnet Doll. With Drury Doll as well as Magnet Doll and Gear Springs, they're all for the rank 8 engine of the deck. They'll also, if your hand gets a little bit cloggy, you have trade-in as a 3 of, so you can pitch 1 for a trade-in target and draw 2. Gimmick Puppet Magnet Doll is pretty much like a Cyber Dragon-esque of the deck. I think of it more of a Keyzon though, however, Keyzon from 6 Samurais, because pretty much Gimmick Puppet Magnet Doll states your opponent has to control a monster, and all the monsters you have to control are Gimmick Puppet monsters. So it's kind of a mixture between Cyber Dragon and Keyzon. Pretty much your opponent has to have a monster, and all the monsters you have to have are Gimmick Puppet monsters. So it does have problems if you're running the Machina engine like I am, where you can't pitch something. You may have a fortress on the field, so you can't use this guy right then and there. So it has its ups and downs, but I do like it as a 3 of. Personally, from playing this deck, you either go with the rank 8 build right away and you go into a rank 8 exceed, use your Magnet Doll or your Drury Doll, or you go into your Machina engine right away, and then after your Machina engine gets destroyed with your Machina Fortress, then you go into your rank 8s. It's either one of those ways, so I've never had a problem with the restriction, as well as the restriction for Gearspring Spirit. Gearspring Spirit I run as a 3 of, and just like Magnet Doll, and it stated its restriction earlier, Gearspring Spirit states pretty much, I'm going to read the card to you because you may not know what it does. It states, this card cannot be normal summon / set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by having only machine type monsters in your graveyard. Minimum 1. Same thing goes with Magnet Doll. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes 0 until the end of this turn. Until the end phase. So its restriction of only having machine type monsters in the graveyard can be a downside, but I do find it's another trade-in target, which is nice. Also, in case of scenarios, you go maybe, Drury Doll, bring out Gearspring Spirit because you may have another machine engrave, or whichever combination of those cards, bring out the Gearspring Spirit, banish the Drury Doll, the monster to get Jury Doll back, go for an Exceed, then maybe, bring out Machina. If you're trying to make a big push and go for an OTK, which this deck can do, you don't really worry about the restrictions. So if you've made a clear-cut board, you can, if you want to, go into things, like your Fell Grant or your number 62, Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon. So, Prime Photon Dragon. So, depending upon the scenario, you don't worry if there is, if you have something that's not a machine, if you're just going for game, what I'm trying to say, well, making a board that's really powerful to get over. Next, I'm on 2 Gimmick Puppet Scissor Arms. This is a card that I've seen people run different ratios of, between 3 and 2 and 1. It's always different. It's pretty much your foolish burial of the deck. It's really useful in combination with things like Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty, which I'll talk a little bit about later. But Gimmick Puppet Scissor Arms is pretty nice because you can go Scissor Arms, dump your Drury Dog directly from the deck to the graveyard, dump something else to the graveyard, maybe just a random Gimmick Puppet just so you can get the Drury Dog's effect off, and then go for a play from there. So it just depends upon the scenarios. I do like it as a 2-up. It helps you get out of those cloggy hands so much. So I do like that. And the deck can clog so much, but it's Gimmick Puppets. Next, I run a couple of 3-ofs, and there's a reason I run a 1-of each of these. So Egghead has got a built-in cowboy effect. It also, you pitch your Gimmick Puppet from your hand to the graveyard to make him become a level 8. So he's really nice. He can really open up rank 8 plays. He really comes in handy with cloggy hands. That's where he really shines. Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty also helps out with those cloggy hands. I really like doing Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty, and the cool thing is he's kind of like Marauding Captain. So whenever he's normal or special summon, you can special summon from your hand 1 Gimmick Puppet monster. So I love using that with Scissor Arms because you can go Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty, Scissor Arms, dump Drury Doll to the grave, Exceed, make Gearspring X, go for plays of that nature. It's really nice. And you can keep bringing him back and reviving him through things like, what we got here? We got your Gimmick Puppet Junk Puppet, which is pretty much your Monster Reborn of the deck, so you can easily just bring it back and go for some plays there. Or if you wanted to, you can use it with Soul Charge and then go for some more combo plays there. So it's really useful. Gear Changer is kind of in the same boat as that. You can't special summon multiples from the deck, so another reason I don't run Machina Duplication. It wouldn't work with this guy here, but he does come in handy. So imagine you go Junk Puppet Reborn, level 8. Gimmick Puppet, we'll make him level 8, whatever. You normal summon this, you go for a level 8. Or you can go Humpty Dumpty this, make a rank 4 right off the bat right there. So really useful. I like the 1 Gear Changer. I know some people like running multiples of different ratios of these. So I've seen people run 2 Humpty Dumpty, 2 Egghead maybe, or 2 Gear Changer. But I like running just 1 of each because it really comes in handy. So I do like running 1 of those. Next, on to the Machina engine. I run the 2 Machina Fortress, which really comes in handy and helps out with those cloggy hands as well. And your 2 Machina Gearframe. So Machina Fortress and Machina Gearframe really come in handy. Believe it or not, besides gadgets, I love playing Machinas, but Machina gadgets. But Machina Gimmick Puppets really helps out in multiple ways. This helps you out with cloggy hands if it gets a big monster on the board to get out of problems. This really is a searcher and Stratos for the deck because you can search out Machina Cannon, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a second. The machines, so you don't have to worry about Gearspring Spirit. Really useful. I have used his Union effect actually in this deck, believe it or not, which has been kind of funny, but that's the hero node there. But really good engine there. So we run the 2 Machina Fortress, helps with cloggy hands, can be searched out by Machina Gearframe. I do not use the Machina Machina, the one that came out about a year ago, the new one, which is like the advanced transformer of this. Instead, I opted to run the 2 Machina Cannon. And you're going to ask me, well, why is that, Seto? It's such a better card than Machina Cannon. Well, that may be true, but Machina Cannon serves a dual purpose in this deck. He's a rank 8. So what you can do with the Machina Cannon is, say you got a whole bunch of Gimmick Puppets in your hand, you get a cloggy hand. You go Machina Cannon, pitch those monsters, get a big Machina on the field. He's a level 8. You maybe exceed with another level 8 that you have on the field, maybe Gearspring Spirit. And boom, there you go. There you have a rank 8 right there on the board, ready to go. So he's a rank 8 machine, monster that can be searched out to go for rank 8s, just like Gearspring. He also can help out with cloggy hands. So that's what I run 2 of. A lot of people like running 3 of him, but I just like 2 of him, personally, because I find 3 to get a little bit cloggy. And then on to the spells quickly. We have our 3 Junk Puppet, which I pretty much said before is your Monster Reborn-esque card of the Gimmick Puppet deck, which is really nice. Your Junk Puppet, it's a really creepy card of Dreary Doll. Then we have 3 Trade-In. Trade-In is definitely a necessary card in this deck. I would highly say you have to run your Trade-Ins. You have so many targets for Trade-In. Definitely a staple as a 3 of is the speed of the deck. Then we run our 2 MST for whatever, sniping out back row, floodgates, whatever, because Vanity shuts down this deck. Then I run the Chaos version in this deck because it's kind of like a Machina Gimmick Puppet Chaos version. Believe me, I've been tweaking this deck, and you could run just 1 Argent Chaos, and if you run 2 Argent Chaos, I would suggest running Marshalling Fields, which is not a bad card, but I found some inconsistencies in the way I was playing the deck with Marshalling Field, just saying. But I like the 1 rank up quick play spell, because literally what I've done is I've just had the Exceed out there, and I'll set this in the back row. They'll think it's a trap, and I'll quickly flip it over and be like, rank up. And then they're like, oh, oof, that escalated quickly. And the Argent Chaos Force, because you can reuse it. So you're running pretty much technically, mind you, 3 rank up cards, because this can count for 2. But I do like 1 Argent Chaos and 1 quick rank up Chaos, because it's really useful, because it's a quick play spell. Then I run 1 card which I may try out as a 2 of later on, and that's Draw Muscle. Why do I run Draw Muscle in the deck? You have a lot of targets for Draw Muscle. Your Dreary Doll, you got a lot. And it's really nice because it's another quick play type of spell. So you can set it, they think it's a trap. You're like, oh, dude, dang, I only can put this out on the board just to protect my life points. And they try to attack it and run over it. You're like, oh, nope, Draw Muscle. You can't run over it. Draw a card, it can't be destroyed this turn. And maybe go off and make a rank 8 the next turn. So what I'm trying to say is it's another little draw card that can buy you some time if you get clunky hands and whatever. I do like it as a 1 of. You may want to run more. It's up to you. It's my little tech card of the deck. I've always liked this card, especially in Mega Phantom Beast. Then for the other 1 ofs, we run 1 Foolish Burial. Really helps out. 1 Limit Removal, because this is kind of an OT case-based deck, and it's a machine deck. 1 Soul Charge. 1 Regeki. 1 Book of Moon. All good staple versatile cards. You don't want your big Exceed monsters getting castelled or 101'd away, so I run the Book of Moon because of that reason. Regeki for clearing the board, Soul Charge for combo plays, OTK potential, and setting up plays. Literally, that's what I just said for all those. That's what they come out with. So very, very useful. Next for the traps, we run 2 Fiendish Chains. Whoop! 2 Fiendish Chains just to stop monster effects and whatnot, and 1 Bottomless and 1 Solemn Warning. I mean, you could run other traps like Compulse and Breakthrough Skill and Mirror Force and whatever, but I just really was more concerned because a lot of these Gimmick Puppet monsters that you bring out, once you get the Exceeds out, are pretty big. They're like 3,000 plus. So they can't be run over, so you don't need that Mirror Force. What you need to be careful of, however, is you need to be careful of monsters that pop or steal, like 101s and your Big Eyes and your Castels. Your monsters, try to steal the big monsters, get rid of them, or you need to be careful of just monsters of that nature. So next up, let me go put this away, and then we'll go on to the extra deck. Just give me 1 second, guys. So the extra deck, we have 2, I apologize for I had somebody walking on me. We have the 2 number, I forget his number 15 Gimmick Puppet or Grinder, Really good card if you're facing an Exceeds-based deck. Really, really, really good card. We run him. He's got a big butt. He can blow things up when they have string counters on them. Really decent, good card. His rank up version is really cool too. Then I run 2 Gimmick Puppet of Strings, number 40 Gimmick Puppet of Strings. Really good card. This is the main one you'll go into. He's a 3000 attacker. His rank up version is just good because what you'll do with the rank up version is you'll go into him, detach, give them string counters, go into it to succeed his chaos rank, and blow all those monsters up. Really, really, really good. That's pretty much how he works. Then we have 1 Gimmick Puppet, 88 Leo. This is like a win condition for the deck, I guess you could say, to some degree. If he lasts for a certain amount of turns, you win. Have I pulled it off? I think maybe, actually only one time have I ever pulled it off in playing this deck, and that was like a while ago when I first played it, when I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, oh, I'll go into this, and the guy had no outs, so I won. Then we have the Chaos versions. So this is the Chaos version for number 88. It's a really good card. Then we have the Chaos version for Giant Grinder, and the Chaos version for Gimmick Puppet of Strings, the one I was talking about earlier, where you just pretty much can blow up everything on the field once you go into the when you detach. So really, really good card. This is the main one I go into. This is the second one. I never gone into this one, but it's there just in case. But this one's the main one I like going into. This is the second, and this is the third. So now onto just the generic stuff. We do run 2 Gano X because this is a machine-based deck and you can easily go into this card and search things off of it. So I do like the 2 Gano X's. Sometimes you go into 1, sometimes you go into 2 if you're making a soul charge play or a junk puppet play. Just depends. So I do like the 2 there just in case. Then just for generic stuff that you don't want to go into necessarily, but you only want to go into it if you don't have a Gearspring or something of that nature. If you understand what I'm trying to say here. When you go into these, you want to make sure you're making something that's going to win you the duel or be momentum swinging or your back's against the wall, because this will shut out Gearsprings, because these are not machine monsters, so do keep that in mind. So you run number 40, Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. It helps you OTK. It's a big bulk monster to get over things. Felgrant is just good. I had to run them. Then I run 1 Castel, the Sky Musketeer, 1 Krugamic Illuminescent Knight, and 1 Cowboy for game. The main one I go into here a lot is Krugamic Illuminescent Knight, and you may ask me why is that. The reason for that mainly is because you'll get a big Gimmick Puppet out of the field, then you protect it with Krugamic Illuminescent Knight. That's how that works. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed that deck profile. I hope it was very thorough. Been practicing with this deck online and in real life against some friends of mine for the last about 2.5, 3 weeks. Took me a while to put it together. I apologize for that, but I've had a lot of fun playing this deck. It's really, really good. I probably would do an update of this deck down the road one day, but I do like it, and this is my Halloween special deck. This deck, it creeps the heck out of me. I mean, this card just creeps me out. Jury Doll just creeps me out, and they all creep me out. If you ever watch the anime, the Japanese version of it, they really are creepy in there, and they're just creepy. I'm sorry. I mean, they really are. But that's just me. Maybe to somebody else, they think they're very cute. So I don't know. But till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and happy Halloween to everyone out there that celebrates Halloween, or a happy Day of the Dead for you guys in Mexico and whatnot. But hope you have a great day, guys. Take care, everybody, and have fun.